Flows and welcome to Mathematics, Science, and Technology. Our last topic in Chapter 9 and 10, Trends and Science and Technology. Our learning objectives first is discuss the concept of artificial intelligence, discuss the categories and types of artificial intelligence, types of nanotechnology, and types of biotechnology. From the word artificial intelligence or AI, is a wide-ranging branch of computer science concerned with the building smart machine capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. It is refer also the stimulation of human intelligence on machines that are programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. The term may be also applied to any machine that exhibits traits associated with the human mind, such as learning and solving problems. There are two broad categories. First is narrow artificial intelligence or narrow AI is a specific type of artificial intelligence in which a learning algorithm is designed to perform a single task and any knowledge gained from performing that task will not automatically be applied to other tasks. While the artificial general intelligence or AGI is the hypothetical ability of intelligent agent to understand or learn any intellectual task that a human being. It is a primary goal of some artificial intelligence research and a common topic in science fictions and future studies. AGI also can be referred to as strong AI or full AI, or a general intelligent action, although some academic sources serve the term strong AI for the computer programs that experience sentience or consciousness. So what is the difference between the narrow AI and general AI? So in narrow AI, the application specific or task limited, while the general AI perform general as a human intelligent action. Next, in narrow AI, fixed domain models provided by the programmers, while the general AI self-learns and reasons with its operating environment. In narrow AI also learns from the thousands of legal examples, while the general AI is learned from the few examples and or from unstructured data. And narrow AI also reflects the task without no understanding, while the general full range of human cognitive abilities. In narrow, knowledge does not transfer to other domains or tasks. And general AI leverage knowledge transfer to new domain. So in narrow AI, inferior to human intelligence, while the general is similar to human intelligence. Also known as weak AI, that is narrow AI, and strong AI and full AI in general AI. Next is types of artificial intelligence or reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind, and self-awareness. So in reactive machines, so that is the most basic variety of artificial intelligence. It merely reacts to current scenarios, cannot rely upon thought or recall data to make decisions in the present. So reactive machine do away with the maps and other forms of pre-planning to all together and focus on live observation of the environment. So example is spam filter, Netflix recommendation engine, chess playing supercomputers. So that is the example of reactive machines. Next is limited memory. So limited memory, it refers on the artificial intelligence ability to store previous data and predictions. Using that data to make better predictions with the limited memory, ML abstract architecture becomes a little more complex. So next is the theory of mind. So under the theory of mind, artificial intelligence can achieve this only with the artificially intelligent co-workers can understand the emotions, belief, aspiration, etc., or their human co-workers. This is possible only when the AI-powered co-workers have their theory of mind. It is the key requirement that the theory of mind artificial intelligence seeks to fulfill. Next is the self-aware AI. So under the self-aware, so the types of artificial intelligence has the potential real-world application. So self-aware artificial intelligence is an extension of theory of mind class of artificial intelligence. This type of artificial intelligence machines or robots are aware of who they are. They are under their internal traits, state, conditions, even the perceived human emotions. The next is the future of artificial intelligence or super intelligence is the hypothetical agent that possesses intelligence or surpassing that the brightest and most gifted human minds. That is super intelligence may also refer a property of problem solving system. So in super intelligent language translator or engineering assistants. Whether or not this high level of intellectual competencies are embodied in agents that acts in the world. So superintelligence has been used in science fiction and in discussions around the artificial intelligence to understand signs of ramifications or a quickly involving intelligence on model in IT. The next is what is the risk of artificial intelligence? So the AI or artificial intelligence is programmed to do something devastating. So autonomous weapons or artificial intelligence systems that are programmed to kill. So in the hands of the wrong person, it depends on the person, this weapon could easily cause mass casualties. So the AI is programmed to do something beneficial, but in the develops of destructive method of achieving its goals, this can happen if fail to fully align in AI's goal with ours, which is strictly difficult. If you ask an obedient, intelligent car to take you from the airport, for example, as fast as possible, it might get there chased by helicopter and discovered in the moon, doing not what you wanted, but literally what you asked for. What is the main risk? Next is biotechnology. So what is biotechnology? It is technology that utilizes biological systems, living organisms, or parts of these developed to create different products. Brewing and baking bread are examples of these processes that fall, fall within the concept of biotechnology. For example, use of yeast in and living organism to produce the desired product. Is biotechnology. What are the types of biotechnology? So first types of biotechnology is the medical biotechnology. So it's a branch of medicine that uses living cells and cells materials to research and to produce pharmaceutical and diagnostic products. So this product will help treat and prevent diseases. So under the biotechnology, it is particularly important in the field of medicine wherein the facilities the production of therapeutic proteins and other drugs, synthetic insulin and synthetic growth hormones, and diagnostic tests to detect various diseases. So that is the medical biotechnology. The next is the agricultural biotechnology. So in agricultural biotechnology is a range of tools, including the traditional breeding of techniques that alter living organisms or parts of organisms to make modify products. It improves plants or animals or develop microorganisms for specific agricultural uses. Example is in genetic engineering to develop herbicide-resistant seeds for soybeans. So that is the agricultural biotechnology. The next is industrial biotechnology. Where the industrial can be simplified defined as the exploitation of enzymes, microorganisms, and plants to produce energy, industrial chemicals, and consumer goods. For example, include the creation of a new material and the construction of industry, in the manufacture of beer and wine, washing detergents, and personal care products. So that is the under of industrial biotechnology. So under the types of nanotechnology, so nanotechnology muna is the manipulation of matter on the near atomic scale to produce new structure materials and devices. So nanotechnology is the technology promises scientific advancement in many sectors such as medicine, consumer products, energy materials, and manufacturing. Nanotechnology also is helping to considerably improve, even revolutionize many technologies and industry sectors like information technology, homeland security, medicine, transportation, energy, food safety, and environmental science, among many others. So there are three types of nanotechnology. First is the dye technology. That is the surface science, physical chemistry, and gives the importance of fabrication of structure in carbon, silicones, and organic materials. Next is wet technology. That is biological system such as enzyme, membrane, structural components. And last is the computational nanotechnology. Is modeling and stimulating the complex of nanometer scale structure. So that is the three types of nanotechnology. Special issues in science and technology. So under the special issues, so in the Philippines, faces multiple global and local changes, which require science, technology, and innovation. So these include the intensifying competition from globalization and regional integration. Next is natural disasters, environmental degradation and climate change, and persistent poverty, increasing inequality. So in the development of information age from the Gutenberg to digital age, so the technology has the power to transform society. The most famous example of this is the German craftsman Johannes Gutenberg's invention of the printing press in the 15th century. So in the information age, before the rise of computers, information was being spread using printout materials. Johannes Gutenberg, the German blacksmith and publisher who introduced movable typing printing in Europe, he established what we call Gutenberg's era, which is responsible for shaping the nature of society and its underlying institution. So in this period of time, where Gutenberg's principle was formed, in that principle is stated as the massive distribution of information in an expensive manner because it is institutionalized. Next is the post Gutenberg world. So under this era can be described as the emerge of the internet and the World Wide Web. This is the way of the possible uploading and downloading of all forms of media. So instruments such as video, audio, and images. It enabled people to publish or spread the information. So under the rise of digital age, with the advent of modern technologies, printing press are not the only tool used to spread information. So nowadays, information is readily available to pass from one individual to another from here to even faraway places. So mas madali lang ang digital age. Next is the biodiversity and healthy society. So, biodiversity support human and social needs, including food, nutrition, security, energy, development of medicine and pharmaceuticals, and fresh water, which together maintain good health. It also support economic opportunities and leisure activities that contribute to overall well-being. So the biodiversity or biological diversity is a vast concept that means a lot of things. First, the living organisms are numerous. Second, living organisms are abundant in the habitat supplying all the foods and requirements that they need. So third, organisms have different growth and metabolic characteristics. And last, fourth, biodiversity is essential to human to survive. So what is the importance of biodiversity? So it promotes soil information, provision of food resources for humans, good health of all living things, protecting natural resources. So also fast recovery from natural disasters, maintaining food change, maintaining the genetic di- diversity, maintaining ecosystem balance, overall sustainability and growth. Next is the five threats of biodiversity. First is the land and sea use change. It includes the habitat loss and degradation. For example, agricultural land usage, which is responsible for 80% of global deforestation. Next is the pollution. Make the environment unstable or unsuitable for survival directly and indirectly. Next is species overexploitation. For example, overfishing, which means decimate global fish population by 2050. And the next is the climate change, which is forcing the animal to shift range or confounding the signals that trigger season events and more. And last is invasive species and disease. Compete with the native species for space, food, and other resources. Some are spread disease that native species have no immunity of. So that is the five threats of biodiversity. So in your activity 3, in your last activity, answer chapter 10, exercises, page 99. So that is your activity and your final requirements for your exam, 50 to 75% or 100% in your exam. Make a video about global warming. What's the effect of this and what you can do to help our Earth, and take a video while you plant a tree, for example, and share any micro efforts you can do to help our Earth in order to minimize the global warming. So after you make a video at all, post in on Facebook and tag me and use the hashtag GVCMSD Save the Earth for additional points for shares, heart reaction, or reaction. So the deadline of this starts on May 1 to 30, 2020. So that's it. Thank you and God bless.